Welcome back, Outlaws. On today's adventure, we're going to go check out the abandoned trains of Ocotillo. There's been a lot of really cool videos done on these trains, but everyone always asks the same question. Why are these here? We'll stick around and find out next. The San Diego and the Arizona Railroad opened the first modern line between San Diego and the east. The railroad was one of the most expensive ever built in the U.S., costing almost $19 million in 1919. The Carrizo Gorge, the railroad crosses 14 trestles and goes through 21 tunnels in only 11 miles. From San Diego to El Centro, the railroad rises and falls over 3,700 feet. In 1907, John D. Spreckels, millionaire, begins construction of the railroad. After construction had been completed in 1919, the first passenger train from El Centro to San Diego was ready to roll. That run lasted about 30 years, and in 1951, the last passenger train took its last trip. In 1976, Hurricane Kathleen did a lot of heavy damage in the Carrizo Gorge. The railroad almost abandoned the route. And then in 1984, they did finally close the line. In 2004, the line reopened after a tunnel had been repaired, and they started freight service to Plaster City. In 2009, Tunnel 3 was damaged by a fire. In 2011, the Carrizo Gorge Railway closed the Tecate-Tijuana segment. So after all that, why are these trains sitting here on this track? And what is the story behind them? These 3 cars were purchased by Imperial Railroad in hopes of getting the railway started again. They were parked in the vicinity of Plaster City on a slight grade. These locomotives were left unattended and unsecured, and over time, vandals had begun to strip them of the parts, and at some point, unknown persons knocked down the handbrakes of the cars, and gravity took over. The cars rolled down into the Plaster City yard and ran into a cut of empty center beam flat cars, awaiting loading of bundles of sheetrock. The car parked at Coyote Wells, along with the 3 locomotives, was destroyed by this collision. Later, the 3 locomotives were moved from the site of the accident to Coyote Wells by persons unknown, where they sit today. All welded shut and stripped of all their parts. Will these trains ever run again? Time will tell. And now you know the rest of the story. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of the video.